Okay, monthly close, Sunday, November 1st, and seems like we are rejecting the monthly, so we are below the resistance on the monthly here. This is the 4 hours, but this line belongs, it seems like this is a rejection. So let's see what we do, but seems like now we will come down, even if we have some weeks up in this support, that seems like we will come down to test all these moving averages, and let's see where we stop. And yes, so I'm doing now a full chart from the start, because it's cool to do it from time to time, the charts, and I will do it now. So I will clean everything. This is the bit stamp. I will clean everything and start from scratch. So this is the bit stamp chart, and if you see, like on the monthly, imagine if you touch here with this line here, so he gave more or less the top of the first year in 2014, and then you can just align, for instance, I remember I did this. So as we can see, this week with this resistance here, rejection, we went up, we never managed to touch this one, and then as we can see mathematically from this area here, we got the top on the 20K. So all these trend lines you can use, and from here to here, that one doesn't matter now, but just to give a point. This one, where is it? Yeah, as we can see, these three lines here made all this area here, and it gave the top here. Sorry, because this is with a magnet, so I need to push higher, but it's mathematical. Three lines here gave this top, this one gave that top, and now we need to find another line to get the top, another top. So it should be another one made from other area. This with this. So we are still waiting here, this one. So for me, this will be a buy on Bitcoin for a big crash. This is the line for me. So I'll just change the color, because this one matters for me. So I'll take this, I'll put it like this, change it maybe to something like this. So this one matters for me. I can change the color actually, but so I need to do it properly. I'll put the magnet now. One line, two lines, it's waiting here. We can go higher, it doesn't matter. Sooner or later, I think we will come, because it was just 1 point, 2 points on the third touch. Normally, we get these moves. Okay, so I'll leave this one here. Of course, we got the one from the top. I'll do as less lines as possible, trend lines. But of course, we got this one from the top, that we got the support here and we move higher. So we have these two. Of course, on the monthly, now I will put just horizontals. And we can do this point, another one, important one on trend lines. This point with this point. will create something like this. I don't know if I did it correctly. Yeah, it's good. So 1 point, 2 points, and this will be aligned with the 89 also, and doing a higher low on this week and on this area of support. So for me, trend lines for now, this is it, and now I'm just doing horizontals. This is on the monthly, so the monthly is important. You need to see what was already tested. So for instance, this very important one that we need to hold. So this area, which was the biggest resistance, turn into support. Of course, there's 2 weeks here, so it's kind of a range here, this area here, but I just leave this one here. Of course, because we have this top as well, which will work as support. So you need to see where we are from these areas here. Okay, so we have this. This wasn't tested, so this is important as well. Basically, this could be like a box. You could draw a box from the week top to, wait, I made a mistake. But anyway, just to get an idea, I won't do a box, but it's this candle here, the top and the bottom, even the wicks, but I think it's just what matters is the candles close. So I'll do this support here. There's a wick above too, so it's also important, but you need to see by then. Where it goes. Just seeing where it goes. Well, if it's, yeah, it's here, yeah, it's on the position. So this is the candle. We never tested it, and it's like a range from the top to the high, to the low. So this is it. Of course, we have the moving averages. This one wasn't tested as well, as we can see here as support. All this area, because this week here was on the other ones, and it was for the trend line. Okay, so we have this area. Of course, we have all this support. We have the double bottom here, which is alongside with the 100 moving average. So, but I don't think this one matters, but I'll just put it. And this one was already tested, basically, but you can still test this area here. So this is another important area for market structure. This and the bottom of the range. This. Okay, so I leave this here, and I'll just put the big support from 2018, which I think changes all the perspectives. So this I'll put a bit stronger, the color, because it was the range from, I'll put a bit darker. Okay, so this is an important area where we hold the support 2019 until we broke down, and then we got support and moved higher. So this is very important on Bitcoin. The bottom of the range, and now the 14. Now we are getting red, so we just close now, and as we can see, we are coming down. So this is just follow the lines and the supports and resistance. And now it's by the dip. Dips are on here, 21, and on the 12, and on this support here also. So all this basically this candle here, this is the support to make a higher low and try to push higher. So like if we lose this area here with candles close weekly or monthly, all this area here, that was the big resistance, and turn into support, we will come until there. This is a bull market. We are doing a higher low now from here until here to try to push higher. So 1 day at a time, indicators are still kind of pointing up. I think we will range now from this area here And then decide if we manage to push higher or if we break down big time to these areas, which I think it's still very possible on Bitcoin. And so after this candle close, I will take a few orders. I'll put a couple of orders here to try to catch the fish. And I always leave an order here just for a lucky day from this week. Basically, it's this candle. You can put just this candle here. Never tested. This is like for a huge bearish times. Oh, not here, but it's here. Yeah, something like this. Anyway, all this area here, but I don't think we will bounce everywhere. So I see all these areas to buy. I'm just doing a fib retracement now. And then I can do the weekly chart, but I'm just doing the monthly because we got the monthly close. The weekly, then we see there's many also candles close here for support. But I use the moving averages alongside with these main lines to see where we are on the chart. And if we do a fib retracement from this top we are now until the bottom, from the top until the bottom, we have the 6.8 on the 9.9, but I'll do the bottom from the top, which is better for retracements, so not top, the bottom. So from here to here, the 6.8, the magical number is on the 7.2, 7.3. So basically, it's this candle I said, we can come here to test this area. On Bitcoin, everything is possible, so never forget that. And this is where we are now. And it's quite mathematical in some areas. So you can use also this fib retracement I use the week to the week. You can use from the candle close to that area too. Let's see with the candle close. So it's here. And it gives 6.4, 7.4 this area. So basically this is the candle on the monthly chart for a big retracement. And if we lose first all these areas, we can come to this. But Bitcoin can do something like this here and it can big time to test the bottom. Everything is possible. Okay, but one day at a time, so I'll take out the fib. So this is where we are. We can put a horizontal line here on the monthly. This will be the support now. Stronger one, and then this week here. So remember, it's this one. This is the strong support now on the monthly, so I'll put it. The weeks also count, so it's here. This is where we can retrace for a bull market. In meantime, this 12 keeps on going up. We can also have a week here to this candle, and then close above here, and then push higher. So basically this area here, which is here. Only this is just supports and resistance. And I'll take this color, I'll put like this. Okay, so this is the chart at the moment. You can draw more lines, etc. But monthly ones are important. I'll just put this one here, this one here, and this one. Yeah. Okay. For me, this is quite important, but it's my way of trading, and of course, I have the horizontal lines, which will be connected alongside also with the moving averages. So I use everything. And now we have the lines that we can see. We got this retest to push higher. And now we have this support here on the weekly that we need to hold. Basically, it's 11.5 to the weeks. So the weeks also this candle's close, 11.8. So all this area is support now. Depends from this week until here. And if we start closing down coming here, it's still possible with a week. But if we got the candle close below this area, we will come down. So until now, everything is bullish. Buy the dips until here, basically. Trend lines and supports and resistance, this line, and use the moving averages as to confirm your bias, and be patient. So these are the 200s, moving averages, 100. This is that area, so the 200s are coming up. So this is the monthly resistance support now that wasn't tested. And that candle is quite important, I think. And the 200s, so if we have a big crash and if we hold these 200s, even if we have weeks down and then big moves up to close above here, it's still good. So remember where we are. This is what I'm seeing. This is the weekly. Now I could draw weekly lines as support, but I'll just do the monthly and then I just use these ones and then I go to the daily to see where we are on these ranges. So from this top to this is the new range. So I think we will bounce here for daily trades. We can come here and then try to push higher, but I don't know if we close below here. So this is the top, this is the middle part, middle of the range. So I can draw now a line from the top, but not this. And I can just create a range here. And on this one, we can just use this area and I take out the month, the week. I just leave the days and the minutes and I just see those lines on the daily, hours and minutes and seconds. So I put this range and you can use this for daily trade. So this is the bottom of the range alongside it with the 20 and the 21. So I think we will come here and then who knows. These are all buy opportunities. This is the 277, but we need to hold basically this area here. The 200s are coming here. So everything is possible. As we can see, all these areas are to buy. For investors, stop loss will be below 9.2. And buy here with the biggest buys here and smaller buys here, and then or just wait for a big move down, wait for the candle to close, buy a little part, and then see if there's new higher low being formed in between the week that was formed, and try to push higher. And to find that week, you go to the low time frames on that big move down. Okay, so that's it for now. This is support, daily support, this one is support. These lines are coming here, so from here, it's also support. So many supports, just be patient. This seems like it's a bull market, and yeah. So we are coming up still, but the monthly close was kind of bearish, so I think we will just liquidate shorts and then move down. So I think the 14.2, 14.3, and then move down. I can be wrong, but let's see. Move down to try to push higher, of course. Okay, so this is how I draw charts. And yeah, you can draw many trend lines. I don't draw other ones because they were I already did that in the past. One more thing that I think it was here on this chart on the weekly, or maybe on the day, on the weekly. So one thing that I don't know if it was on this chart, this top. No, it's not. Anyway, this line for me also, it's important. This line worked on another chart on the week for the 3K, 4K, but on Bitstamp didn't work. So only because the week was different in different exchanges. But also I feel this line is quite important still, but because it was touched on another chart, I don't know if it will work. So the color will be just, I can leave the color. I just put dots. It's like I'm here and choose dots, so it's not so much visible. Okay, so that's it. I didn't do the most important one, so now I need to do this. Okay, this was the monthly. And now we have this week, and this week, this is the top, of course, of the range. And we have also this week on the monthly. So these are all targets. I just don't do it because it's so obvious. So. And yeah, okay, that's it. So I think we will just do a short squeeze now for everyone shorting. So we will be making short squeezes until people get tired of shorting, and then the price will come down. And for me, scalping, I might do a short from here to here only, or to here. I'm just waiting now these next hours to see everyone gets liquidated, and then after a good rejection, I'll just do it with a low leverage, basically really low leverage, not high leverage at all. And that's it. This is where we are. So people have a stop loss here, others have stop losses here. People with high leverage have stop losses here, people with 100x doing huge trades now, trying to catch the top. So they are getting now liquidated, and many people with like lower leverage or just shorting and putting the stop loss here might be liquidated, but all depends if smart people don't short here, only a few, and some of you will be lucky, and when all the money is out and everyone gets liquidated, the price can come down. So this is where we are. And yeah. Okay, that's it. We are testing resistance now. So I think we will have a few weeks, and then I think we will come down, support here, which is here, this, and so also support here. And even here, but this one needs to hold basically, especially these three ones here for the bull market, weekly. Back again, same, more easy to look at the high time frame. So all this cluster here is to buy, and this is the range low to buy, and needs to hold and get wicks above here to try to push it higher. If we stall here, this will turn into resistance, and then we come down. Indicators are still pointing up, but we are on higher levels. Remember, if you're a big investor, you want to buy with indicators down here, and RSIs and stochastic below the dots, or near the dots. So just wait, we are really high. So this is for investment. This is not the best time, even if we go higher. Bitcoin will also go down, so just be patient. Don't get FOMO too much. If you get